about you is that you have ambition to be great. My job is to coach you to get all that greatness out of you.
What is good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason. We are back here for yet another one. Just a little over 24 hours removed from the blockbuster trade that brought Tyreek Hill home to Miami. Love it. Absolutely riding the wave, feeling the juice. There is a lot to cover today. We're going to have a jam-packed show for you tonight. We got a lot to go over. Obviously, there were the media availabilities today, but as well as that, over the last couple hours, today's been wild. Today, for a day with no moves, the amount I've been on my phone today, man, I'm telling y'all. And it's been crazy today. The things that I've been hearing, the rumblings I've been hearing, it's just been nuts today, everything I've heard. So, some of it I can talk about, some of it I can't talk about. But man, it's just been crazy today. I know if you've been watching me, for the last couple months, what have I been telling y'all? If Tua don't work out, the name to watch is no longer Deshaun Watson, as Lamar Jackson. Now, I know there's people out on these streets trying to claim they got whatever. No one been on Lamar since before me. And man, the things I'm hearing right now, the chatter I'm hearing, and then tonight with the Tom Brady stuff, and after I check in on the Tom Brady stuff, and we'll talk about that stuff, but it's been a crazy day. And then the Deebo stuff I'm still hearing right now, and man, the Tyrann Mathieu stuff, it's just wild right now. It is just wild right now. All the stuff that's coming out is just ridiculous. It's just not even coming out. The stuff that's coming to me is just nuts, man. It is really active right now. So it's kind of crazy, man. It's kind of crazy. So we're gonna talk about all that. We'll talk about all that. What I can talk about with all that, but there's some there's some news pieces today that certain parts of it you'll see what I'm talking about, right? We'll talk about Parker today, and I know for a fact Parker, he's in play right now for a move they might make. We'll talk about that when I do talk about the interest in Parker. So there's just a lot of stuff going on right now, man. It's ridiculous. My phone today, man, it's been on another level. It's been on another level, man. And same with, I know Neil's just hearing crazy things right now. Even EM's hearing crazy things. But it's just, today's been wild. And I'm wondering if it's just, the smoke dying out from the fire. Sorry, the smoke from the dying out fire of all the moves we made over the last 48 hours. So, personally, I think they ride with Tua this year. I think they should ride for Tua this year. Figure out what you got. He's on the cheap contract, but I'm telling y'all, man, for all y'all that believe in Tua, for all y'all that support Tua, just pray he plays good, man, because I ain't trying to go through another season of listening to all this nonsense again. See, I just come out and tell y'all to warn y'all with what I hear. I don't sit here and say I don't want Lamar Jackson. I will say this. I don't want Lamar Jackson the passer, but Lamar Jackson the athlete and the speed in this offense would be absolutely stupid right now. Would be ridiculous. But right now I want to see what we have in Tua this year. We've given them, we've lined them up where there's not really any excuses here. We're going to get a firm full evaluation in 1 year. Then I think we got a firm full evaluation in 1 year, a better firm and full evaluation in 1 year that's setting up to be than we did the last two. So I kind of want to see how this plays out. Plus, again, the rookie contract, right? So, personally, I think Tua is going to be just fine. I think Tua is going to ball. I really do. And you just prepare. You're going to hear a bunch of nonsense, especially with us becoming a hot destination now. You're going to hear a bunch of names wanting to come to us, and it's already starting, if anyone's paying attention, at least publicly. So, Bruce One says, have I heard anything about X? I'm still waiting to hear back today over the Instagram stuff that happened yesterday. When I have a full update, I'll actually give it to y'all. So I'm still waiting to hear back on that. I checked in on that today. And what he's basically asking is, in case anyone didn't know, yesterday, Xavien Howard cleaned out his Instagram. He deleted all of his pictures off his Instagram. And so a lot of people are wondering, hey, is he leaving? Blah, 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 blah. So I'll figure it out. I will tell you this, X don't play with his money. And when he sees other people, especially new people, getting money, he wants his. That's what it just comes down to. He just wants his. So, yeah, I still think they're gonna get it done with X, but I mean, hey, it's all about. I know he's been the last bunch of good information I got on it was right now he's in the stage of preparing his counter offer. They sent him the last offer was in around the range of neighborhood of 16 million a year. He felt they lowballed him a little bit. He wants closer to 20 million, and he's not at the stage of requesting a trade right now. But if they don't come up a little higher, and if he continues to feel lowballed, then I don't think asking for a trade will be off the table. But I think they get it done. Personally, I think they get it done. I'm not stressing about X, to be honest with you. I just got a feeling they're gonna like if you took care of Ogba, there's no way you don't take care of your best defensive player. There's just no way. I don't see it. It doesn't make any sense. So, someone said, Brian says, let's hope and pray that Tua pans out. Man, I pray he does. I hope he does. But guess what? If he doesn't, we're set up with 2 first-round draft picks next year where we can draft my boy out of Kentucky, Will Levis, or we can make a trade for someone. But I personally think he'll be fine this year, man. I think he'll be good this year. I'm not too worried about Tua, I think he's going to be good. Like I said to someone today, man, Tua can have an average air yards of like 5 yards. And with the people we're putting around him, it's just get the ball in their hands and let them go. What up, Ennis? How you doing, bro? So I ain't worried, man. Like I keep saying, you're only going to hear this Lamar and this nonsense if Tua falls on his face. I know Lamar wants to be here, though. Okay? There's a couple interesting stuff about Lamar that's really kind of crazy. And to be honest with you, I'll tell you exactly what's going on. The stuff I've been hearing about Lamar over the last couple months, I've been taking notes. I got a list of notes of everything I've been hearing about Lamar. Stuff you guys I haven't told y'all guys, all that kind of jazz. And I've just got notes. And I'm just taking them. Right? Like, I'm just taking them in case we ever get to that situation where it's a reality and what I've been warning y'all about happens. I've just got notes on the situation. So that's how much I've heard about Lamar Jackson over the past couple months. That I've got freaking notes on the goddamn thing. Now, the Brady stuff, we'll talk about it. Y'all aren't going to like what I'm going to tell you about the Brady stuff. I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to like it. Fins up, Adam Outdoor Bushcraft, $2. Fins up from Southwest Michigan. Appreciate you, homie. Thank you. Man, what kind of channel do you rock, Adam? Let me know. Let me know, because yes, Chris Brady is under contract. You're not gonna like what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And people got to remember, just because I tell you things and I say things, unless you hear me say I want this player or I agree, just because I tell you something does not mean I agree with it. I want people to realize that. Regil, dude, I hate to even address this crap, but I have to because it's my duty. And that's the last thing I want. I'm not going to make massive shows out of this stuff because the last thing I want is to, I'm not trying to cause that situation with that Deshaun again. We got our quarterback. Let's ride with him. Let's ride with him. You know what I mean? But I put it out there so you guys are aware. So when it comes across y'all ain't shocked. All I do is I tell you guys to prepare you. That's all. We'll get into it though, man. We'll get into it. But yo, hey, again, people, Tua controls his own narrative. All right? Remember that. I've been told Tua's going to have every opportunity to win this job. I've been told that by multiple people that Tua's going to have every opportunity to win this job. And I truly believe that. I don't think anything happens unless Tua falls on his face. Like this Brady stuff being talked about right now, I don't think they move for Brady right now. I don't see that. I don't see that at all. Maybe next year if Tua falls on his face and they can't get Lamar. I think Tua gets 2023. And guess what? I think Tua makes the most of 2023. And I think Tua ends up being our quarterback moving forward in this offense. That's what I believe. If you want to know what I believe, that's what I believe. Now, what I'm telling you is not necessarily what I believe in terms of it's just me relaying info to y'all. I believe Tua going to make the most of it. I believe Tua is going to be the guy. It's just prepare, man. For some reason, there's a freaking agenda out there. I don't know what to tell all y'all. You're already seeing it. People are out here calling Tyreek Hill irrelevant on national TV. I was like, what? I saw that clip today. Bro, people are out here thinking Tua can't throw deep balls. What are we on right now? It's crazy. Like, it's nuts, man. It's nuts. Hey, whatever Brady wants, Brady gets, people. Remember that. Yo, it's crazy. It's honestly crazy, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, the NBA reporter, Jason. Like, who the hell was this guy? Talking Tyreek's irrelevant now. What, bro? Are you crazy? Bro, listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to tell you exactly why I think Tua is going to succeed. You ready for this? I'm going to tell you right now why Tua is going to have a good year. If Tua stays healthy, now I do not expect 1,500 to 1,600 yards from Tyreek Hill. There's too much ball to go around. But what I will say is this. Tyreek, 1,100 to 1,200 yards. Jalen Waddle, 1,000 to 1,100 yards. Okay. Gesicki, Cedric Wilson, dabbling with what? Probably 550 to 725-ish yards. And then what? Cedric Wilson, probably dabbling from 400 to 500 yards. Then you got Mozart and Edmonds out of the backfield. Just on that alone, let's lowball it. Just on that alone, I've given you between Gesicki, Cedric Wilson, Waddle, and Tyreek. If I went on the low ends of all the numbers I've given you like 3,600 yards just there. Just there, I've given you 3,600 yards. Just there. So I think Tua's going to be fine, man. I don't think, people, I don't think people realize the vendetta he's got, highly. I really don't believe. Like, so just off Gesicki, I didn't even include Bowden. Bowden could probably going to be another 400 to 500 yards. So now I'm at 4,000 yards. Between Bowden, Gesicki, Cedric Wilson, Waddle, and Tyreek on the low end of my projections, I'm at 4,000 yards. That's going to be good enough for me. I don't know if it's going to be good enough for anyone else. And we aren't even talking about if Edmonds gets 200 yards, if Moser gets another 150. So now we're at 4,350. We're getting into Pro Bowl territory if people are just saying. As long as he stays healthy. So I don't think Tua's going to fall on his face, people. I don't believe in that at all. It's going to take the Dolphins moving off of him. And I think he's going to be good enough, man. And I think by the end of this year, I fully expect by the end of this year, he should show us he's our franchise quarterback. And if he doesn't, then we move on with our lives at the end of year 3. But I fully expect him to show us that we can hand him the keys to the franchise with what we have right now and move forward. I truly believe that. I think he's going to... People forget. What did Diggs do for Josh Allen in year 3? I'll wait. And who's better? Tyreek Hill or Stephon Diggs? Hell, I'll take you one even better. Waddle might even be better than Stephon Diggs this year. I'm just saying. Think about that for a sec. Josh Allen all of a sudden went to, we don't want this guy. Oh, and all it took was Stephon Diggs. And what did I tell everyone? I was the one. I had people in my comment section 2 years ago when that trade happened, when I said, watch, Josh Allen's going to take the next step now. Because of the catch radius, he's a great route runner. You watch. And now look at what we got. We got like a guy who's like 5'10", but his catch radius is stupid. He gets into open space all the time because he's so fast. He's a great route runner. On top of all that, he's an elite route runner. You add in 4.2 speed and elite route running, he's just going to be wide open. And we are going to beat Buffalo this year, Tony. Don't you worry. We are going to beat Buffalo this year. Listen, I'm going to tell you all this right now. It is possible Tua gives us top 12 play with this offense. It is very, very possible. And if he does, this team, at minimum, should be going to the AFC divisional round. At minimum, if they stay healthy. If they stay healthy, this team is at minimum a second-round playoff appearance team. I'm telling y'all right now. Mark my words. And the last couple of years, y'all have never heard me this certain. You've never heard me this certain. You've heard me say, okay, we can get to the playoffs. And if Tua sniffs a Pro Bowl, we're going to the AFC Championship. Oh, if Tua sniffs a Pro Bowl, we're going to the AFC Championship. I'm telling you right now. The Bills don't know who's going to defend us. Listen, I want you to think about this for a second. Put this in perspective. Tyreek, 4.2 40. 4.2 speed. Waddle, I've shown you all the videos of him racing Henry Ruggs, who ran a 4.27. Waddle, 4.2 speed when he's fully healthy. Lynn Bowden, who works with Performs, 4.3 speed now. He's been timed 4.3. Gesicki, 4.4. Go look it up if you don't believe me. Mid 4.4 speed. At that size. Raheem Mostert, 4.3. You see where we're going with this? Do you see where I'm going with this? How do you defend this? And then Cedric Wilson and Chase Edmonds are like 4 or 5 guys, but they play faster on the field than what that is. How do you defend that? Can we all sit here and say the Bills have the defensive personnel to defend that? I can't. The Patriots don't have it. They got rid of JC. And even with JC, they didn't have enough personnel to deal with what we got. Like, see, why was Jamar Chase so successful last year? I keep telling all y'all this. Because other teams had to account for what? Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, in the red zone, CJ Uzomah, and Joe Mixon out of the backfield. So Jamar Chase got an open space a lot, and he got one-on-ones in open space a lot where he only had to make one man miss and he was off to the races. Waddle never had that luxury. First half of the season, everything he was getting was from 5 yards to the line of scrimmage. What did I tell y'all? He's being used like Jarvis Landry inside 5 yards. That's exactly how we were using him. Then they started to open him up a little bit. Problem is, what's happening? He's either bracketed, he's in triangle coverage, or he's in box coverage, and you got to make the throw. And if you're in box, right? One, two, three, four, they collapse on you as soon as you make the catch. They're harder throws to make. Tua made them, but they collapse. And you're done. No yak. Off the board right away. Now you can't do that. You can't. Because now you got too much speed to account for. What Brian Flores told all of you post-draft, go watch the video right after we drafted Jalen Waddle, the draft day video. He said, we are going to bring so much speed that we're going to keep guys out of the box. They're going to have to play us honest. And I told y'all he lied to you after you saw what he trotted out there as an offense. Well, guess what? Mike McDaniel's making that a reality. And what happens? All we're going to see are too high looks. Nothing but too high shells. And you can run the ball all day at will right underneath that. And then they pull a safety up, bam, over top. This is like elementary shit here. And you see it coming together, man. It's a beautiful thing. Shout out to Hammer, $5 donation. He says, who else do you think we got on the O-line, if anyone? We'll talk about that, Hammer. We'll talk about that. I will answer your question, my friend, tonight. If you're interested to have time, look up Drew Brees 07 highlights compared to Tua's 2021 highlights. Man, people forget all about that, man. People forget all about what Drew Brees used to be. They only see the Saints guy. So, yeah, I'm telling you, man, if you're not hyped about this, this is real shit, man. Like, you can feel it surging through your veins right now. Like, it's unbelievable, man. I see the vision. I told y'all Mike McDaniel was the move, man. And we're seeing the vision right now come to fruition. The vision coming to fruition, and I'm excited, man. Like, I am stoked. Because, I mean, it's going to be a beautiful thing when this all comes together. I'm telling y'all right now, as long as we got all our bodies stay healthy, we're going to be competing for a division title in year one. So, hey, Tua controls the narrative, his own narrative. I think he can get it done. If he doesn't get it done, we're moving off of him after year 3. And we're going to keep the truck moving. But, I mean, we'll get into it. You look at Tyreek's money. Guys, we are now entering a 4-season window to win a Super Bowl. We are in a 4-season window, and you'll understand what I'm saying. You know what? Let's start off with that. By the way, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Subscriber counts. Y'all been doing a great job. Smash the like button, and all the new subscribers, I welcome. Salute all of y'all. We growing at a fast pace. Let's get to 10K by the start of the season. Y'all already know what time it is. I want to tell y'all, before we get into the heavy stuff, I just want to explain what I mean by that, all right? So you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I got a pod coming out, Finish Line with Richmond Webb, and Ball Game should be coming out tomorrow, as should my new episode of Fin Too Deep, and I'll be talking about this on that as well. But I just wanted to talk about this just so y'all see what I'm talking about. So you look at the extension for Tyreek Hill right now, and this is the key number you need to be looking at. So what does this tell you? First of all, he's going to get restructured in 2023 at $31.2 million. I can guarantee you that. Second of all, when his cap hit is 2026 is $50.1 million, that tells you they want to win by 2026 because that cap hit will not be on the roster. I'm going to tell you this right now. He'll be gone. Right? He'll be 33 by that time. So there's no way they're paying a 33-year-old receiver $50.1 million. So what that tells you right there is they on this contract extension, it's showing you the window. This is sitting here saying we got 4 years to bang this thing out and win. It's right in your face. What do people always say in football? Follow the money. Follow the money. They always tell y'all this. I know Omar Kelly always tells y'all this too. Follow the money. When you follow the money, you get answers, and that's what that answer is. That these guys want a championship by 2026. So this should tell you they're all in right now. And however you want to take that in terms of, if people mess up, they got to be replaced because they're all in right now. However you want to take it that way. But this is telling you they are all in right now. By the way, Paulie, you're right. If you ain't hype right now, check your motherfucking pulse. But this is telling you they want a championship in the next 4 years. Yeah, the $28 million would be restructured, but that's way easier to restructure than freaking $50.1 million. So that's your 4-year window, man. That is your 4-year window. We are entering one. And look at in year one what the roster is constructed. Like, what is this roster going to be in year 2? Someone tell me what this roster is going to be like in year 2. It is about to be crazy, man. Shout out to Mike McDaniel. Man, that's the homie right there. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. I wanted to talk about some other things too here. So let's start off. I wanted to talk about the Armstead and the Hill media availability today, and specifically, if you haven't watched them, go watch them. But specifically, there's 2 parts of Armstead's media availability I want to play, as well as Tyreek Hill, a little portion of his. And they also kind of reinforced what they say here on Drive Time with Travis Wingfield, because those have dropped as well. So I do want to get into that. So let's start off with that stuff before we start getting into like all the Brady stuff and all that jazz and all the other stuff. So starting out with let's start off with Armstead today, who showed up in an amazing Dan Marino throwback jersey. He's absolutely fantastic. But let's start off with what he said today. Len, they really highlighted to his accuracy, the both of them. So let's talk about this. And there's something interesting he said about Drew Brees I want to show you guys too.
Has been your message to Tua Tagovailoa, or what would be your message to Tua Tagovailoa?
I haven't got a chance to speak with him yet, but when I do, I'm just excited to see him ball. Really, be successful. I know Mike has a vision for him. Me watching,
Mike has a vision for him. See, he's a starter.
Anyone else I've ever seen. I'm excited to work for him, protect him, myself and the other guys up there with me. So it's gonna be fun.
So there you go. Mike has a vision for him. So Mike told him right away what he plans on doing with him. So there you go. To a QB1. Ain't anyone who want to talk about Bridgewater or anything like that. That basically pretty much deads it when it comes from your franchise left tackle. But one of the biggest takeaways from his interview today is what a leader he is. Terron Armstead, I am so excited that the young guys are going to be able to lean on this man. It's going to be awesome to see. But again, highlighting his accuracy, again, one of the most accurate guys he's ever seen. And we all know who's been around. So you had to think the natural question someone was going to ask is, well, you've been around one of the most accurate guys that have ever played the game in Drew Brees. And you knew that question was coming, and it did come. And this is what Armstead basically had to say.
Who is as accurate, precise as anyone you've ever seen. You spent a few years with somebody known for his accuracy and precision. Drew Brees in New Orleans. What do you take from your experience there, having a quarterback who relied on the timing, the precision, things like that, and relate that to you?
Yeah, I mean, spending so long with Drew and being such a fan of what he do, Drew is as accurate as they come. He can knock a wing off a fly. So
Love that.
Just watching his game and his preparation. I'm excited to get around to it and see how he prepares.
Watch what he says here.
I don't know if he has much experience or connection with Drew. That definitely will be something that I would like to bridge, just because he was such a cerebral mind and a student of the game, saw it differently than most. So if I can just connect those two, that's even before meeting to it. I think Drew will be an asset to anybody.
Like, there you go. Right there, he says he wants to connect Drew Brees and Tua Tagovailoa, the man a lot of people comped Tua to when he was coming out. And remember, comps don't mean, okay, player comes out and he's that player. It means that's the player's ceiling he has to be coached up to. I always hate when people say, oh, why isn't he Russell Wilson or Drew Brees? Well, you need the coaching and the personnel around you to become that. That's why the comps are the ceiling, not where they're at, their floor when they come in. So, awesome stuff. You hear he's played with one of the most accurate quarterbacks of all time. He's watched the film on Tua. And, I'm hyped, man. Because here's the thing. At the end of the day, this whole narrative that players don't want to come here because of Tua, how is that looking right now? It's the dumbest thing I ever heard back then, and I still will remain saying that's dumb as hell. And, he's known for his accuracy people want to realize it's especially deep ball. Remember, he had the number 2 deep ball accuracy in the league. It's not about the accuracy. It's about the volume. It's about the chances. But when they're not there, why are you going to take them? I don't want that shit getting turned over. So, and then Tyreek Hill, he actually talked about to his accuracy today. And this is what Tyreek had to say on to his accuracy.
Oh, man, so just his ball placement, getting us the ball in space, perfect placement, and us just utilizing our speed, utilizing our best asset, and that's just being dangerous.
So there you go. Even Tyreek Hill called, and you guys remember Patrick Mahomes, after we played him 2 years ago, raved about his accuracy, but also his composure and such. And this is not something that is not known around the league. Everyone knows how accurate Tua is around the league. That's never been the question. So, the question really about Tua is, what's his ceiling and where is it? That's the uncertainty of it, right? Because we haven't seen the consistency at all 3 levels yet in terms of reading and throwing at all 3 levels, and yet, even without that consistency, you still get crazy flash throws into tight windows and throws he just has no business making that he makes. So, and I'm telling y'all right now, I see videos y'all don't see from Perform. The torque is coming back with Tua right now. And a couple people have come backstage and they've seen those videos that I'm talking about. The torque, man, I've got a video of Tua throwing a 40-yard dime on a rope at Lynn Bowden's fade. Lynn Bowden barely has to move his hands, and it's 40 yards downfield on a rope. The torque is coming back. I'm telling you right now. The torque is coming back. And this is why they're not going to play a guy like Teddy Bridgewater. See, Bridgewater, we know what he is. We know what his ceiling is. Tua, they haven't discovered what his ceiling is. And I'm telling you, listen, I'm going to say this again till I'm blue in the face. When everyone was coming up here and saying, man, him under Sean Payton, or on other panels, man, him on Sean Payton, I was always the one saying, no, him under Kyle Shanahan. And this is the same offense, the same fundamental concepts, the same principles that he ran at Alabama under Sarkisian, because this is what Steve Sarkisian brought to Alabama after he left Atlanta, after working with Kyle Shanahan and such. So other than terminology, and obviously it's a more extensive playbook when you get at the NFL level, the familiarity is there. So I do not expect Tua this is why I expect Tua to be successful this year. And I see how hard he's working. So I want to see what Tua gives us in 2023. I'm all in on Tua this year. But he has to earn me being all in on him in 2 seasons in 2023. And I think he has to do that with everyone, whether you don't believe in Tua, whether you hate Tua, whether you believe in Tua, or whether you love Tua. Because I've told y'all there's 4 groups. All right. There's Tua believers and Tua non-believers. But then there's far right Tua lovers, there's far left Tua haters. So that's why I say whether you believe in him or don't, whether you love him or hate him, right? And make sure to cover all 4 bases. I think we're all in agreement that this is the year. We need to see the leap. We need to see the progress. And I think we have the coaching staff and the personnel that's going to do it. We finally have surrounded him. Guys, I'm telling y'all, if we would have surrounded him with this staff and this, not even all this personnel, but like even some of a good chunk of this personnel early on, I don't even think we'd be having this conversation right now. But because of the lack of competence and ineptness of his first 2 seasons in the NFL, now his back's against the wall and it's a do or die year. And you know what? This kid's dealt with nothing but pressure since his high school days. I got faith he's going to come through, man. And I'm telling you, with the playmakers we've surrounded him with, get the ball in. These guys are going to be in open space. Get the ball there and let them do their magic. One of the quickest releases in the NFL. It has the makings for something special, man. Oh, sorry. 1 sec. I missed this. Let me get up here. Sorry, Julian. I didn't actually see your donation there, bud. It was okay. I'm bringing it up. 1 sec. Before I keep going here, I'll bring up your donation. All right. He says, if you haven't liked and subscribed, you better check your pulse. Yes, sir, Julian. Check your motherfucking pulse, baby. Let's go. Pardon my French, especially if the kids are watching. Remember, I don't set this show for made for kids, so that's on you. Hey, man, let's go. I'm hyped. Let's go, man. I am hyped. Don't mind me. I woke up from a nap before I did this, so. All right, now let's talk about this, though. So now that I've got my feelings for 2 out of the way, or my belief in 2, I should say. This came through, and y'all aren't going to like what I'm going to tell you, but this is coming through, and now we got to have a serious conversation about this.
Here from Dale. I said, hey, Dale, it's Tyler Devitt from WEI. Christian Fourier is wondering if your Brady tweet was about 2022 or next season as 2023. Dale responded, quote,
please say verbatim.
Dale responded verbatim. He said, this coming season, they're working on it. I said, can I say that on air verbatim? He said, yes, sure. They might, but they might not get it done.
Whatever.
They're working on it.
They're working on it.
They're working on it.
They're working on it?
They're working on it?
Dale Arnold, formerly of WEI, believes that Tom Brady and the Miami Dolphins are working on bringing him to Miami for 2022.
Of course they are. Why wouldn't you?
This is breaking news. Breaking news on WEEI is brought to you by DuckDuckGo. Protect your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo.
Did he say verbatim?
Privacy simplified.
Please say he actually wrote verbatim.
Breaking news, Tyler. Go ahead. This is from Dale Arnold. Neston's own.
Dale Arnold, formerly of WEI, is reporting that Tom Brady and the Miami Dolphins are, quote, working on it to bring him to Miami for 2022.
This year.
This coming season, 2022. He says, you can say this on the air. They might not get it done, but they're working on it.
They might not get it done, but they're working on it.
It may or may not
Whatever.
happen.
They're working on it.
This is such a big story right now.
So,
where is the New York Post?
And I don't want to hear
Tyler,
anyone
you're going to
say
be quoted
that it can't happen. This is the NFL.
Yes.
Look around. This is fantasy football in 2022. Dale Arnold So how many people out there think that he's just doing Bruins, thought about this, and just tweeted about this? How many people out there truly believe that Dale Arnold did not have a conversation with a source, somebody close? And by the way, again, he was the first one to announce that the Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be signing a contract, and they said that will be tomorrow. He was the first one to announce that. And out of nowhere now, he's the source on Tom Brady, talking about playing for the Miami Dolphins, and they're working on it. 22.
Guys, that's the issue we're running into here. The individual reporting is Dale Arnold. He's the one who broke Brady to Tampa Bay, and it's happening tomorrow. And I checked in, but I didn't even have to check in. I apologize. I didn't even have to check in. And one of my most trusted sources here, okay, at 8:25 p.m. Eastern, 10 minutes before I went live, this Brady thing might have some legs to it. So I called said person before I went live, and they told me, I heard this afternoon, but I dismissed it. I said, there's no way the Dolphins are trading for a quarterback in his mid-40s right now. So I personally don't think it happens. If you want my honest opinion, I don't believe it happens. But I will say this. Don't discredit the person saying it, because the person saying it, again, he broke Tampa to Tom Brady to Tampa. He works in the New England area. He used to work for NESN, also WWEI or whatever, they have a WEY or whatever the hell that station was called. But he worked for NESN too. Covers the Bruins now. He used to cover the Patriots. So don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you that, from what I understand, this has some legs to it. And on top of this, I can't tell y'all who or what, but someone all of y'all would know who's a Dolphins fan, someone who all y'all would know, he got information from a really reliable person too, that they heard the same thing. I'm sorry I'm vague. I was sworn. Don't say any of this. Don't talk about who it is. Don't talk about what exactly was said. That's as vague as I can be, bro. I'm sorry. You got to take that one from me. I'm sorry. But all I can say is if you knew who this person, if I told you the name, y'all know who this person is. So, I don't know. I still think Tua is going to be the quarterback in 2022. I think Tua should be the quarterback in 2022. But all I'm saying is where this Brady stuff is coming from, the person isn't a jabroni. And number two, again, I'm starting to hear from multiple people now. And yeah. Basically, the person who told the famous Dolphins fan I'm talking about, y'all would know his name too. He's big. So it's this whole, I'm telling y'all, I don't know. I'm rolling with Tua. I don't want a 44-year-old quarterback. I'm good. I don't want Tom Brady. I'm good. Like, if you're going to put a gun to my head and say Tom Brady or Lamar Jackson, because we got to move off of Tua, I'll take Lamar over Tom. Because the intrigue of that athleticism and speed in this offense blows my freaking mind. But I'm ready to roll with Tua for 2022, and I really don't want to do this all over again. What, Tom saw? So, and this is what I see. Here's where I have a problem, okay? Think of okay, Ryan Jensen. Ryan Jensen wasn't going back to Tampa Bay until Brady. Ross wants it to. Okay, here's the other thing, Woo. Apparently Ross wants it. That's the problem too. But here, let's talk on this for a second. So you're telling me they brought back Leonard Fournette. You convinced Ryan Jensen to come back. You got all these guys to come back together again just so you could screw them. just so you could screw him. Like, come on, man. What, just because you see us making moves? Come on, man. That's kind of weak. And I know, and like I've told y'all since the get-go, we all know Giselle wants Miami too, right? So, and here's the thing. What if we don't win with Tom Brady this year? Then what? Like, is this all about his vendetta to stick to Bill Belichick? So, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess Grier out here being aggressive, but all I'm going to say to you guys is this. Listen, do I think it happens? No. Obviously everything is a fluid situation in the NFL, but do I think it happens? No. But I will say where it's coming from, that's not that guy is very credible. All right. So, but I'm ready to roll with Tua. I want to roll with Tua. So, and I think they're gonna try. Like, I think McDaniel speaks on Monday. They'll ask McDaniel about it. Let's hope McDaniel deads it all. Let's just hope McDaniel just deads it all and does what we never did. And that's the other thing. Bruce Arians went out and said, we're not, when he retired, he said, I wouldn't trade him. Bro, if they're out here talking about first round picks and second round picks and third round picks for Tom Brady, that is the dumbest thing in the world. Like, we better not be talking about high draft picks and all this kind of stuff if this is actually going down. Seriously. Man, people got to realize I cheer for the logo. So whoever's playing that position, I'll ride with this logo at the end of the day. But let's not start doing dumb shit. Like, just don't do dumb shit. That's all I'm saying. So, I mean, if you're going to get Tom Brady for like a 6th round pick, but it's not going to happen, right? If you're going to start investing high capital in another quarterback, why go for the 44-year-old? Just go get the 25-year-old from Baltimore. I mean, that would make no sense. I'm about to go Tanya Harding on Tom Brady's knees, says Terron. Man, I don't think it happens. You saw Dale Arnold putting it out there too, right? Let's remember wording here. They're working on it and it may or may not happen. So, again, if you're going to start giving up first round and second round capital and there's no turning back, y'all are going with a new quarterback, go get Lamar Jackson, bro. At least he's 25. Develop him as a passer so when he hits his 30s, he can become more of a pocket guy like Vic did. But he's 25. He's already won an MVP, and the athleticism and speed he has for the next 5 years is very intriguing in this offense. Don't go out there and get a 44-year-old quarterback for like a first-round pick and a third-round pick. Come on, man. I don't agree with that. Now, if you're going to go get this guy for like a 4th or a 5th or a 6th, knock yourself out. Again, roll with Tua in 2022 would be my preference. And then if it don't work in 2023, make your move for your guy. Let's be honest, Brady going to be around next year anyways. Let's stop lying to ourselves. The guy going to play till he's 50. So, we'll see. We'll see how it all rolls out. Just play it by ear. Basically, is all you can do. But like Shang Tsung said at the beginning of Mortal Kombat, it has begun already. Make some moves, and now everyone wants to come play here. If Ross trades first-round picks for Brady, I think he's telling what he thinks about his future after the Flores lawsuit. No shit, Topher. No shit. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. You ain't lying, bro. Take what picks away from me? Does Bob Greasy unretire number 12 for the great Tom Brady? Wow. Bro, why are we talking in these why are we talking in these senses? Man, on retiring numbers for Tom Brady to come play for a year or two. Nah. So, especially, man, like he's doing his boys dirty. It's crazy. Jensen comes back. We would have had Ryan Jensen if this guy doesn't go back. So, anyways, we'll see how it goes. 2022. 2022. Let's go, baby. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. Let's go. That's where I'm at this year. All right. Continuing on, I've been talking about for quite some time now. You know, I know a lot of people, you've heard my rants. I hate how people just automatically think it's Madden and you can edit the position and they go there. Well, guess what? Looky, your boy was right again. The old Barry Horowitz. Per source, Dolphins very interested in seeing Austin Jackson at right tackle. Liam could compete there as well. Though there's the option of moving Hunt to right tackle. They really like how he played at guard, which I said was, you all know when we drafted him, I said he's going to be an all-pro guard. 3 guys for 2 spots with Hunt, heavy front runner for 2. Shout out to the home Terron Langhover for becoming a member, man. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Listen, I told y'all what the deal was with this. Again, tape, don't lie. Athletic profile, don't lie. Knowing what you're looking at, don't lie. Scheme fits, don't lie. Here's the thing. I'll go over it again just because I've regurgitated it so many times. Why not one more time? Eichenberg, short arms, slow feet, not athletic, bad hand placement, bad footwork, slow into his kick slide, right? Doesn't have a good anchor. So what? I've named like 6 or 7 things, all right? Some of those you can tell are athletic profile things. Short arms, right? So short arms, not athletic, slow feet. That's athletic profile stuff, right? So Jackson, right? Quick feet, good in open space, good in the screen game, good pulling. Jackson's issues are coachable, right? He needs to work on his anchor, and he just needs to work on his footwork and his hand placement. All coachable things. Well, anchor needs to be him and the coaches, mainly him in the gym, but they'll help him drop his anchor. But the hand placement and the footwork, that's all coachable. And now we have a legit offensive line coaching staff in place. I'm telling you, I said it. He's the one that has the closest athletic profile to Terron Armstead on the team. Austin Jackson is going to get the shot at right tackle. This is all about scheme fits, athletic profile, people. This is not a secret sauce. This is not magic. So, yeah, expect him to get a legit shot at right tackle. Expect it. So, I know some of y'all aren't fans. Everyone knows I wasn't a fan of Austin Jackson, but what did I tell y'all when we when we signed Mike McDaniel? I told y'all this is going to happen. So, and I know people are all worried, oh, that's the blind side, but here's the thing. Every other position is being solidified. So instead of Tua having to worry about an A gap or a B gap on the right or left side or up the middle or around the edge, he's only got to worry about the right tackle side potentially. Right guard's locked down with Hunt. Dieter, if you roll with him between Hunt and Connor Williams, I ain't worried. Connor Williams locked down. Terron Armstead locked down. So instead of having eyes in 5 different places, because you got to watch 5 different spots at one time, he only needs to have eyes in the back of his head to watch right tackle. And he already has a great pocket presence and pocket awareness. So I'm not worried about that. I'm not that worried about Tua. I think it'll be fun. Oh, don't worry, Logan. We'll talk about that too, buddy. Don't you worry. We got it. We got it. And so personally, guys, I think I knew it would happen. Whether it works out or not, that's going to be up to Austin Jackson. The ball is now in Austin Jackson's court. And you know what? I don't expect him to have a super long leash. I don't expect him to have a super long leash. So I wouldn't be stressing out, man. And the problem they've run into is because of the assets they've traded and the money they've already spent. Unless someone drops or you trade up, your chances of really getting someone done, getting someone in here. I mean, maybe you get Darrell Williams on the cheap or Cornelius Lucas, but I think they're gonna. I think that's gonna be the play. So just something to watch, something y'all to keep pay attention to. Now next here, if you guys didn't see, today was an absolute magical day. You didn't even have to go to Disney. The Miami Dolphins released Jesse Davis and Allen Hurns, who failed his physical. They even put it in brackets and threw him under the bus. Let's go, baby. Let's go. So there you go. Jesse Davis and Allen Hurns have been released. Thank Christ. Thank God. It's holy. Oprah Winfrey loves it. Let's go, man. And you're going to see more cuts coming in the next couple of days, I think. So, because right now we don't have a ton of cap space. If you were to go to overthecap.com right now, we have about $3.6 million in cap space, and they still haven't accounted for Terron Armstead and Sheldrick Redwine's contract. But how can this team shed cap, might you be asking? Well, an interesting thing that's going on right now is, guys, several teams are looking into Devante Parker. The Eagles are reportedly among them. Other teams I've heard are the Ravens and the Packers. And I know when they were sniffing around the Deebo market, the 49ers wanted picks and players, and one of the players they wanted included in the package, from what I heard, was Devante Parker. So they've been actively trying to shop him. Think about this right now. If you look at our pass catchers, right? Let's just talk about pass catchers. That includes tight ends. Our top 5 pass catchers right now, if you think about it, right? Hill, Waddle, Cedric Wilson, Lynn Bowden, Mike Gesicki, and then Devante Parker. So do you want to pay your number 6 if you want to bump Bowden down? Number 5 guy over $6 million this year? I don't think so. And at his friendly cap hit, they probably think they can get a 4th round pick for him right now. So right now, no. Parker was in the package for Bowden. Guys, the package was multiple draft picks and 2 players. And I know for a fact, I know who the other player was, but one of the players was Devante Parker. That's not who they wanted. They wanted a different player. They wanted 2 players specifically from our defense. And we didn't want to give up one of the players on our defense, so we wanted to give them Parker. And this is what at least I was told. So the Parker shopping is real right now. The Parker shopping is real right now. And now I want to get into something. I got a couple other things I'm going to bring up and we're going to talk about here, but I wanted to get on something one-on-one here with you guys. Listen, from what I understand, the Miami Dolphins have an offer on the table to Tyrann Mathieu, and I've actually confirmed this with a few different people, not one person. So, the Tyrann Mathieu stuff that you've been seeing today, I know it's real, whether he takes it or not. I know Sam Madison was, again, I heard from multiple people, Sam Madison was helping to court him. So I know they're trying to bring in Tyrann Mathieu. I've been told it's more of a box safety role. You look at him right now, he doesn't have that sideline to sideline speed he used to have. He's got good run instincts, he got linebacker instincts. And I've heard it's not this is not a cap crushing number that they're throwing at him. So, yeah, I've heard Tyrann Mathieu is a legitimate possibility, and that's the addition to the defense they're looking at right now, right? He's obviously got connection to Madison and Tyreek Hill. So, and I know him and Madison have a really good relationship. So whether that happens or not, I don't know, but I can also say, I heard again from multiple people, including the homie Maurice. I don't know if he's in the comments or now, but if you don't know him, go follow him on Twitter. He does really good spaces and stuff like that. Go follow him on Twitter. I don't know if he's in the chat right now, but he was actually the first person that told me this part I'm going to tell you, and then I actually confirmed it. So you can go follow him on Twitter at Maurice Arteaga, MauriceArteaga. Go follow him on Twitter. He does pretty good spaces. He was the first one who had the info from Tyreek Hill that I was telling you all about yesterday. So in the in terms of the Tyrann Mathieu thing, the nugget he gave me that no one else gave me until I had to confirm it was that Tyrann Mathieu was in the building last night. So we'll see how it plays out. I've heard a bunch of stuff. We're still sniffing around the Deebo market. Deebo really wants to come here, guys. I think people don't realize how much Deebo wants to come here. And I've heard contract numbers involved, and it's not as bad as people think. So, I know Deebo wants to come here. If it gets done, hey, it gets done. So it's interesting because Devante Parker, he was a name I heard being lingered around, and now we're hearing Devante Parker in the trade market. You got to wonder what happens. So we'll see. I know Deebo wants to come here, so we'll see how that all plays out. But yeah, I know they're trying to draw in Tyrann Mathieu. I know that for a fact. So, because I've had like 3 people tell me this besides what Maurice told me. So I'm at like 4 people have told me this confirmed. So it's pretty good. And then you saw even Omar Kelly today tweeted out a GIF of Tyrann Mathieu. So obviously Omar Kelly's heard something too. So, Rome, I'm actually right there with you. There's way too much ball to go around. So, but we'll see. I don't think it happens, but we'll see. I don't think Deebo will end up landing. I think Deebo next year. I think they don't pay Gesicki, and I think Deebo comes in next year. If you want my honest opinion. So after living off that Tunsil trade, I had to show this to y'all. These are the results a couple years later of that Tunsil trade. So the Dolphins received Julian Davenport, who's no longer on the team. Johnson Batamosi is no longer on the team. Houston 2020 first round pick, traded back from 26th to 30th with Green Bay in 2020. Selected Noah Benogany with pick 30th in the first. Used 4th round pick to trade up for Solomon Kinley. Houston, they traded back from pick 3 to 12 with San Francisco This is the first-round pick we got from Houston. In 2021, also received San Francisco 2022 first-round pick, 2022 third-round pick, and 2023 first-round pick. Traded up from pick 12 to pick 6 with Philly in 2021 and selected Waddle. Then, with the San Francisco first-round pick, was included in the trade for Tyreek Hill. So far, we've gotten Julian Davenport, Johnson, Batamosi, Noah Benogany, Solomon McKinley, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. We still have the first-round pick in 2023. And the second-round pick last year we used to select Javon Holland. So we've gotten Javon Holland, Tyreek Waddle, Jalen Waddle. We still have the San Francisco 2023 first-round pick, Solomon McKinley, Noah Benogany. The Texans got Laramie Tunsil, Kenny Stills is no longer there, a 4th-round pick, which they used to get Charlie Heck, a 6th-round pick, which they traded to Cincinnati for Ryan Finley, and then they got Garrett Wallow to move up in the 4th round with the 7th-round pick. So who won that trade? Someone let me know. We absolutely fleeced them in the long run, and it's the trade that keeps on giving. It's literally the trade that keeps on giving. It's still not completed yet. Who knows what we're going to do with the pick next year? Ronnie says Grier's the MacGyver of draft picks. I would tend to agree with that. So when that puts things into perspective, man, I take back anything I ever said bad about Chris Grier my whole life. Seriously. And I know I don't slander him, but seriously, if I ever said anything bad about that guy, I am sorry, Mr. Grier. So, interesting thing today, because if you remember, if some of y'all were backstage and I said, man, I'm ready for a Super Bowl, but I'm ready for preseason. I want to see us as a dark horse. I want to see us as a favorite. I want to see us getting some love from the national media. Well, ask and you shall receive, reason. CBS.com ranking every AFC team after first wave of free agency. I want y'all to see this. Okay, so they say the AFC is loaded. At 1, they got the Bills. All right. At 2, they got the Bengals. At 3, they got the Chiefs. At 4, they have the Chargers. At 5, they got the Titans. At 6, they have the Ravens. At 7, they have the Broncos. At 8, they have the Miami Dolphins. Let's go. Let's go. You got us up. We're a top 10 team in the AFC according to these guys. So they've already got us slotted in as a playoff team, and we ain't done in the AFC. And this is under a first-year head coach. But I'm going to tell you right now, we're on paper, we're better than Denver. Baltimore's Baltimore. Man, you look at how stacked this is. We're going through all these teams here. Just get us in the playoffs, baby. They got us as the 8th best AFC team. So they got us. The Vegas Raiders are at 9. They added Devontae Adams. The Colts, we're better than the Colts. The Browns, shout out to Deshaun Watson. Let's go, baby. Let's go. But I'm gonna say this: we ain't done, and we're gonna move up. So what they said was, so much for the Dolphins not making any splash moves in free agency. Miami pulled off the biggest blockbuster move of the offseason in trading 5 draft picks for Hill. Miami has the NFL's best deep ball receiver to go with Jalen Waddle, Devante Parker, Wilson, and Mike Gesicki. A day prior to the Hill deal, the Dolphins landed Armstead to be their franchise left tackle, a signing that was necessary. Armstead allowed just 1 sack and 263 pass blocking snaps last season, as he and Williams solidified the left side of the offensive line for Tua Tagovailoa. Adding Edmonds and Moser gives Miami the 1-2 punch in the running game, which they're not done. I'm telling you, they're going to add another back in the draft. Needs in this offensive scheme, which is expected to prioritize zone blocking. Perhaps that's what the Dolphins need to get their offensive line on track with Armstead and Williams added to the stable. The Dolphins' defense is still good, and bringing back Ogba was needed to keep the pass rush intact, especially with Josh Boyer returning as a defensive coordinator. This unit should be top 10 in the league. Miami's success revolves around how Tua Tagovailoa evolves in his 3rd season. with the offense that caters to his strengths. The Dolphins' offensive line has to protect their quarterback. And Tagovailoa got his playmaking wide receivers with Hill and obviously Waddle. There's no excuse for Tagovailoa now. Miami is in contention for a playoff spot and a postseason run of its own. Man, just get us in the playoffs. And we're going to show you we're better than the 8th team in the AFC. But they got us labeled, man. They got us labeled. We're ascending. We're ascending. I think we're higher than 8. But at least they're showing us the respect of putting us in the playoffs in year 1. Adrian, wait till we get Ariza with the 6. Gonna need to take higher than a 6, bro. Wait till we get Ariza with a 4th and all y'all are shocked. So a little bit of respect, I'll take it. But it should be better. We're shooting to the top quickly. Speaking of quickly, the Miami Dolphins now have 2, and they're interested in the 3rd here, but they only have 2 already on the roster. Fast average speed as a ball carrier according to Next Gen Stats. Tyreek Hill, 15.38 miles per hour. And Jalen Waddle, 14.48 miles per hour. And then Deebo, obviously, number 2. But speed kills. And I think we are about to be the living and breathing example of that. It's going to be an exciting time to be a Dolphin fan this season. I'm telling you right now. Your head is going to have to be on a swivel. Go get your massage therapist. Not from Deshaun Watson, but go get your massage therapist and get him, have him on speed dial because the neck might need to be worked out a little bit from you watching guys running back and forth. Finally got a guy that can take it to the house consistently in Tyreek Hill, and he's going to allow Jalen Waddle to get more one-on-ones and find himself in open space so he can start taking them to the house more. Exciting times. Exciting times. Now, the question is, are these guys all a perfect match for each other? And when you look at it, Tua Tagovailoa, the 3rd quickest average release at 2.52 seconds. Jalen Waddle, the 3rd most receptions with 2 seconds of snap. And Tyreek, 4th most receptions with 2 seconds of snap. We're talking about 46-45. Who wants to say he can't get the balls to the fast receivers? Tell me that. See, this is why we're better than 8th in the AFC. How are you going to defend this? Someone explain this to me. So, you look at this. You look at the speed we're putting on the field right now. It is going to be unbelievable. And the speed, we are the Legion of Zoom. We are the Zoom Squad. It's going to be a beautiful thing, man. It really is. I don't know how people are going to defend this. How our defenses, coordinators are going to be crying at night. They're going to be crying, man. And then, speaking of speed, an interesting thing I thought y'all would find curious. Brand new special teamers and defensive back, Keon Crossan. Guys, he has run 20 miles per hour on 60 plays last season, which was at least 12 more than every other player in the league entering Sunday's action last week. So this is from an article from last week. He led in that category the year before as well and reached 20 miles per hour on 234 plays since 2019. So this is our gunner on punts. Look at the gunner we have rolling right now. And look at this. A gunner topped 22 miles per hour 11 times over the first 9 weeks of last season. Crossan did that 4 times. The rest of the NFL was 7. Look at even on defense, it's speed. It's ridiculous. It's unbelievable, man. I'm so excited to see all this all in action. I really am. Guys, I know the Brady stuff is coming out. I see y'all talking about Pro Football Talks, running with it and stuff like that. Listen, it's going to keep coming until he kills the narratives, man. And Tua's got it's all about him killing the narratives, and this is his chance to do it. I believe he will do it. So, people just need to relax. Everyone wants to come here because right now, let's be honest, everyone's seen what we're doing. They're hearing about our coach. Everyone wants to be a part of this. Be flattered that everyone wants to be a part of this. But I'm going to tell you right now, 2022. 2022. All right? This is Tua's year. I believe he's going to get it done. He's going to break out, man. Let's go. I really, truly believe Tua's going to break out. And, just like Grier, I've been telling y'all, and I know y'all have seen it now through this free agency, he's nothing more than a facilitator. So everyone who wanted, people used to argue me about Flores and how much say he had on the roster. I think now y'all can agree with me what I've been saying the whole time. Flores had a ton of say with that roster, and now you can see that McDaniel has a ton of say, right? Like Tyrann Armstead is his Trent Williams. Tyreek Hill right now is his Deebo Samuel. They're giving him, McDaniel provided the grocery list. Grier went out and bought the groceries. Now McDaniel's got to cook the meal. And I'm telling you, right now, you see it. There's something special brewing in Miami. And it's 2022. Let's go, baby. I truly believe he's going to have a fantastic year. And, I just can't wait to support this team this year, man. We've gotten the upgrades we've had on the offensive side of the ball. It would have never happened under the past Flores regime. Would have never happened. And now we're watching this. No, Mike, I actually didn't watch Colin Cowherd today. I stopped watching Colin Cowherd and Undisputed. I used to watch them religiously up until 2020, and now I don't watch them anymore because I'm with my kids in the morning and into the afternoon. My kids don't really go down for their big nap until 2:30, and I don't get FS1 out here. In Canada, we don't get FS1, so I would have to actually go find a stream. So I don't know what Colin Cowherd said today. I didn't watch. I really don't watch. And he's gotten worse. I remember when I used to watch him when Tua was coming out of college, he was a Tua fan, and now he's I don't even watch. So the thing I saw today was, I only saw a clip of it. It was on Twitter. Shannon Sharp and Tua going back and forth about Tyreek going to Miami. I don't even care to hear what they got to say. They don't watch us. They don't pay attention. They don't break down the film. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear people who watch highlight reels or whatever they see on ESPN and formulate their opinions off of that. And that's no disrespect. I understand they got so many different topics to cover. But man, if I'm, I ain't going to them for Dolphins takes. I'd rather listen to myself. I'd rather record myself and play it back to myself, because at least I know what I'm talking about. So, it ain't no hate. It's just what it is. And yeah, I know Salvage said, I actually haven't heard it. I've seen the tweets that Pat McAfee's been giving us love. I haven't heard anything he said. I've seen the tweets, but I've scrolled past them. I've heard that Pat McAfee's giving us love, but I haven't heard what he said. But he's always good people, man. So, guys, even Chris Sims was defending us. I don't know if y'all saw, but Chris Sims was defending Tua over the whole Bridgewater starting over Tua stuff. Chris Sims was crapping on that a couple days ago. I don't know if you saw that, but anyways, guys, I appreciate you. 974 in the room. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. I appreciate all of y'all for continuously showing me love. It's Thursday. We're gonna be back tomorrow night. Hey man, check your pulse, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I believe in Mike McDaniel. I believe in this regime right now, and I believe in this team. I think we're gonna win a playoff game this year, at least, and I think we're gonna beat the Bills. And I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. You're right, TJ. 110%. Or 110% TJ Marshall. You're dead on. So, guys, I'm going to be back tomorrow night. I appreciate each and every one of you for rolling through. Until I see y'all tomorrow, everyone, stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. Kiss your loved ones. Appreciate your loved ones. And I will see all y'all tomorrow. And as always, fins up all day, every day, baby.